Alright, so let's quickly look at what happened in the market today. Now, as we discussed in the previous video, there was this formation of the inverse head and shoulders pattern being formed here, to which we calculated what could be the breakout point or the target price after the breakout point, and it's pretty much close to 71k at this point. However, something that completely surpassed expectations is the fact that we just completely broken through the first resistance and the first pump and actually went directly to test the second resistance at 67,200. We got close at 66,700 here before the market started, well, going quiet. People started exiting. I'm recording this after market hours. So yeah, we entered overbought territory here for a long period, actually, like a couple hours before things started cooling down. And if we want to accurately take a presentation of how long it takes to enter oversold territory, so it will be somewhere around here, 141. And here's what I'm expecting would happen. Um, so what should have actually happened was once the head and shoulders gets broken out from, we're going to test this for resistance, going to face some rejection, and then go back to test the breakout point as support, find support, and that's when we're going to break through this resistance level, test the resistance here, get rejected, find support back at this broken resistance level, and then go back up to 71k. This makes a lot more sense. We need to set higher highs, higher lows. And so yeah, don't expect this to completely go up. So if you're thinking, oh shit, let's open longs from here now, this is why I'm going to tell you wait and see. Now I'm expecting it, as we can see, we measured it here, 63,800, okay? This is where we're going to find support before going back up. Bitcoin has to go down and cool off for that. And here's why I say this. If we take a look, well, first of all, we saw this on the overbought, on the stochastic RSI. And then second of all, we're going to take a look at the global order book here, to which we will find that the buying momentum has completely slowed down here. There's not enough buyers anymore. I mean, it's enough we went up 5,000 points in less than 24 hours. The buyers are exhausted. There's no the price to 67k and actually break through the 67k resistance, whereas you can clearly see there's a huge resistance. So if the sellers do come back, the next major support we have is actually at 63,800 or 780, and then right after that is at 63,000. So yeah, if we do break through this support, we still are going to find support here. So yeah, that's pretty much in line with this. Another thing that goes in line with this is if we look at the liquidity heat map. Now, as we know, Bitcoin follows liquidity, and obviously with this huge pump that happened, many people opened 125 leverages and made a lot of money, which is good. Okay, good for you. You made some profit. But if you haven't closed that trade already, I suggest you do, because Bitcoin will come back for it. Here's why. I mean, let's take a look at this. The liquidity pool at the bottom is right at that level of 63,780. This is the third time we've seen this number. It's not a coincidence at this point. Huge liquidity at this level. The next liquidity, 63,000, goes in line with the global order book, just as we saw. Now, we did grab for shorts here at 66,500 and 66,600. That's as high as Bitcoin went up. Now, I do imagine we could possibly test the 67k resistance and grab these liquidations here at 67k. Alright, so it's just at this level, 67k, 67,200 at tops. Grab these the liquidity here before, and this would go in line with my expectation of maybe tomorrow we're gonna have another run following the hype we had yesterday. Test the 67k resistance at exactly 67,200. We're gonna see this level before it completely gets rejected, falls down, and we're gonna have some support here at 63,780, and then another rise here. Attempt at rejection failed. Find support at 65,500. Set another higher low and up to 71k. And this would go in line as well with the S&P 500. I will get to the dollar index in a second. So let's look at the S&P 500. How did the S&P 500 perform? Well, it performed exactly as I drew last time from my previous analysis. It just went up completely, and actually it set a new all-time high starting from a very high opening price here today. But then we also know that the crypto market is to follow the S&P 500, and it's always lagging behind the S&P 500. So if the S&P 500 hit an all-time high, we should be expecting an all-time high for pretty soon for Bitcoin. The way the S&P 500 did this is by first setting a couple higher lows here. So we had the first higher low, second higher low. I don't know if we consider this a third higher low, but generally we had another higher low here, before having this parabolic rise, whereas Bitcoin did not have any higher lows, except for this one that happened recently. So from the 56 point, we had a higher low at this level, pretty much at 60k here. We finished setting this as a higher low, and we're only in the process here of finding our next higher low before setting our next higher high. This is how it should be. And looking at the dollar index as well, let's take a look at that again. As we know, it's an inverse relationship with the stock market. When the dollar is performing really well, people tend to take their money out of assets as the dollar is strong, and when the dollar is weak, they put them in assets so that they don't depreciate in value. Now, we were studying the dollar index the last time. We were looking at this symmetrical triangle, and at the time the dollar index here crashed. This was when we went up to 65,500 the last time, about a couple of weeks ago, to which we crashed back down to around 60k levels before going back up a bit to 63,200 when the dollar dropped again. Now, this was when the dollar had already broken through its support of the symmetrical triangle here, tried to retest the support again to get back up above the support, but faced rejection and is completely falling down here now. The next support level for the dollar is exactly around here, to which it does seem like it is already rebounding from. So the dollar is going to find some support here. It's going to go back up a bit, to which cryptocurrencies are going to go down, the stock is going to go down as well. And then that's when the support is going to get broken, and the next support level would be around this level here. And then a final support would be at this major symmetrical triangle for the overall trend around here. And this is where the bull market would top out for the stocks and crypto. And I do imagine at this point right here, this is where we'll hit our 71k target, short-term target, and then the long-term 120, 150k is going to be around here before the dollar decides to rebound. And yeah, the bear market starts for the stocks and the cryptocurrencies. Another thing to look at is the fact that Powell is going to be speaking on Sunday, right here. So depending on what he says, it could either have a negative effect on the market. Investor confidence is going to start to decrease a bit, and we'll see the 63,800 levels again. Consolidation here before going back up to the next good news. Or he's going to say something extremely dovish about cutting rates maybe next month or the month after that right away. And we'll just see this resistance line get broken completely. And we'll have a retest here at 67k, because I do imagine the next level will be formed somewhere around here at 69k previously. Rejection from here, support here, and then back up to 71k. So very important thing to look at, to watch out for. But as far as the weekend goes, I imagine it's going to be just complete choppy between these ranges, or the drop is going to happen during that time, or the drop is going to happen speaks and says something a bit hawkish or something that isn't dovish. So yeah, that's what you do have to look out for in the next couple days. I don't think I'll do another analysis video until Monday, once the Monday market has closed, because I do imagine Monday's gonna have another pump. But for now, this is what it seems like it's gonna happen. I could be wrong here, and once tomorrow's market opens back, we might have another go at, who knows. But generally, this is what I see happening based on today's results, which have to some extent played out almost exactly as we have expected, but with an extra surprise here. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now.